What's going on in Kansas City today, you may well ask? Well, among other things, a rather large steam locomotive is rolling into town. Going to be on display at Union Station tonight. And so I've loaded up some stuff I need to drop off for recycling. And I'm just going to roll over to that side of town and hope I can maybe catch that thing rolling into town as it arrives. I don't really know where it's arriving, what tracks necessarily, but I'm just going to guess, since it's a Union Pacific train, they're going to be rolling on Union Pacific rail. So, yeah, I'm going to try going over by what's called Santa Fe Junction, which is kind of over near Argentine area of Kansas City, Kansas. Alright, I just had to turn around, go pick up this piece of crap in the road. Get someone killed. Oh God, son of a... Wow, that's heavier than I thought it would be. I was thinking I could just lean out the door and drag it along. It was not a one-handed task. All right. I did pull up a map of where the train is supposedly located. It's not very granular, not very detailed, but it does look like it's still over between Topeka and Lawrence. So, even though I can't really nail it down any more than that, it does sort of lead me to believe that it's still a ways west of here. Now, as far as how it'll come into Union Station, that's an entirely different proposition. I know the last time it came into Union Station, it was coming from the west, but it still came into town right along the Blue River on those UP tracks. So literally within hearing distance of my house. So here I am pedaling, you know, clear across town, kind of making a perhaps foolish assumption about what track it's coming in on. But I've made foolish assumptions before and recovered. I can't. guess these guys wanted a picture. And I'm going to turn around and go back up on this overpass.
We saw you all the way down
Yeah, it's...
Plaza.
Oh, sure. It's just a bicycle, really. I mean, I'm still pedaling my ass off.
No, saca como 10. Take like 10.
Okay, man. I gotta get rolling.
Hey.
Let's do one more.
Vete por acá de este lado para que se deje así de eso bicycle. Vamos a bicycle. Who's the man? You are the man.
No.
Yeah. ¿Tomaste dos?
Hey, take care.
Hey, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
How do it work?
You know, it's partly electric. It's like an e-bike. Like a cargo bike. The nicest thing about it is, check out the roof. See, it charges its own battery.
Oh, the sun?
Yes, exactly.
Alright, bro. I was never see this shit anywhere.
We'll catch you later. I gotta do a quick U-turn here. Be safe. All right, I'm gonna see if I can sort of get off the road here. So it's kind of painful having the elf up on the curb and not pointed at the sun. But this sidewalk's bigger than the other one, so I'm much further off the road. Good morning. So it's Wednesday. Today's the day that the 4014 steam locomotive is heading out of town. Of course, I don't really know which way it's going to go with absolute certainty, but I'm going to operate on the assumption that they're going to head south along the Blue River, which is where I ride quite a bit of the time. So I'm familiar enough with that stretch of the river that I don't know. I think I can think of a lot of places where it would be cool to photograph the train. But there is a bridge right down. Well, it goes over the bike trail and it goes over the river. And it just seems to me that might be a nice place to try and get a picture, because it's such a big locomotive and such a long locomotive. I just kind of think having it up on a bridge where I can really see it broadside, in all of its ridiculous length, could be a nice shot. I got some video of it coming into town Monday, and I think it'll be okay video. There's not a lot of action. We were just sort of tiptoeing into town through the yards, which have a very low speed limit, I'm sure. But they were coming more or less towards the camera, and you know, they're neat shots, but they don't really. It kind of shrinks the length of the thing when you're looking at it with that perspective. So I just think it might be nice. You know, I kept thinking about these bridges that are south of town that are spectacular high bridges. And I'd kind of fooled myself into thinking those would be the spots to get a picture of the thing, just because the bridge itself, the one I'm thinking of in particular over Gregory, is just such a spectacular, beautiful structure. But that's not UP. The Union Pacific goes on the other side of the Blue River, and I just can't imagine why they would be running this locomotive on anything but their own track. So yeah, I sort of fooled myself into thinking that, oh, you know, I had the most picturesque spot in the United States at my disposal. Before I really kind of like thought it through and realized, yeah, those bridges are close to where they'll be going, but I don't think they're going to be running that exact direction. So anyway, I think I do know what direction they're going to go. I'm going to head down there. I'll need to see how far it is to Union Station from where I'm at. But The 4014 is still there at Union Station, or just east of there under Main Street, which fascinates me mostly just to know that I was able to hear the locomotive's whistle all the way out here in Leeds. So the whistles that I heard were just basically them pulling out of the station, and then they've stopped. I don't know if they've got a problem, but anyway, I was just checking to see if anyone knew where it was and where it was going, and that seems to be where it is, which again, to me, is just miraculous that I can hear the whistle this far away. I've learned something new. Well, two things. If you're going to do sound recordings, don't set up your recorder near a police shooting range. That's one thing I've learned this morning. But I'm looking at the latest tweet from the Union Pacific Steam folks. UP Big Boy Steam Locomotive is moving east, so I think I've guessed right as far as what track they're using. They are heading, it would seem, this way. Moving east near Sheep Jump, Missouri at 9:25. So I've also learned there's a place called Sheep Jump, Missouri. Although not as far as Google Maps is concerned, so it must be a railroad name that hasn't jumped to normal use. Okay, I've learned more. The latest tweet mentions that the Big Boy is moving northeast near Sheffield, Missouri. Well, of course, there's no actual Sheffield, Missouri, but on Google Maps, I discovered right by Belmont Boulevard, right along the railroad tracks, this old, predominantly Jewish cemetery that I ride by all the time is called Sheffield Cemetery, which I never knew. So that's exactly, there's just no doubt in my mind right there. Wilson Avenue is the road that goes right along the main line there.